Hello, good evening. Thanks a lot for joining us again, guys. Seen some of the comments happening already. Loving the intro music. I've had that for a while. I had a little food stock podcast for like a month or two, and I used that as the intro tune. I really liked it. I still kind of got it. I know how to credit it, so that's good fun. Quick mic check. Let me know, guys. I had to get an extra USB port because of the screen to make sure that my old mic that I've been using this whole time, not my old mic, but my external mic, hasn't been plugged in the last couple of weeks, and I thought that will be playing a part in some of the kind of malfunctions we've been having. So I had to go get my little adapter on Amazon, and I'm hoping I'm not going to get any weekend hearies, right? So we're just going to get stuck right into it. The Europa League is just about wrapping up. I'll pull the results up on the screen, and we'll probably start over there. I was so excited, guys, right the way up until the kickoffs with Renato and Darwin, my last two big cards to run, both going in the last possible game. And I was really expecting a lot. I watched the Benfica match. Not much was going on. I was a wee bit disappointed and everything. As I've just brought the results up, I didn't actually realise, don't know when it happened, but I'll just put it on screen so you guys can see it as well. Ajax are 2-1 up to Lille. I'm pretty sure I've seen it was 1-0. Timo Weah, it's the 95th minute. As I was watching the Benfica game, and then when Nunes gets subbed, I came in here and started like setting up and stuff. Shakhtar have beat Tel Aviv 2-0. Clean sheet secured for Trubin. Loving it. Tadic for a penalty, and then Brobbey with a goal. Brobbey boy. So 2 away goals for Ajax. That puts them in a commanding position. 3 each for the Cream Buns. What's been going on there? I seen it going like 3-2 or 2-2 or something. Hoffenheim 3-3. Villarreal 2-0. Riva Barisic. Honglas. That was the last goal I seen. Ryan Kent 8 for a minute. Good on these. He should be beating that. And what else looks interesting? Villarreal 2-0 isn't that surprising. Salzburg in Europe, but you do expect them to make a fist of it, especially at home. No goal for Salzburg is surprising. I know Brendan Aronson started. I had a little bit of guilt when I seen that I didn't put in like my all-star D4, especially when the Timo Weah goal went in as well. That was real icing on the cake. But I was just going to do a whole American lineup. Also, I couldn't have done it with the goalkeeper, but the rest of the Americans I had in Europe, I was just going to stick them all out. Then I thought, nah, he won't play. And then Weah started, Aronson started, Chris Richardson started, and obviously McKennie started for Juve. So I could have had a nice little American team out, and I don't know what Chris Richards has scored tonight. With 3 goals going against him, the chances of it being a good score is probably quite low. But you never know. Don't think he's had a goal involvement. I've got a little notification about it. How has your game week been, guys? What have we been bagging? What have we been winning? I'll show you where I'm at now. Oh, Rangers have got a penalty. Sorry if you're streaming still and you're a wee bit behind, but Rangers have a penalty. If they win, that'd be good for them. But further they go in Europe, I think that's the best for all involved, really, on any level. Kaderbeck with the assist. Manis de Boer loves Europa League. He absolutely loves it. For Salzburg, it was an absolute demon. So that's not surprising to see, but it's something that when I do see it, I feel disappointed I didn't come across it myself. Because I like finding things like that. It's the sort of thing that I do tend to uncover, little patterns like that. Anything else? Napoli losing 2-0 to Granada. I knew that'd be a tight match. Again, I can't believe Granada are finishing that with a clean sheet. It doesn't look like Rangers have scored their penalty, or maybe they're still to take it. Yeah, they're still to take it. Red card for Antwerp. The surprise of the night has to be Olympiacos beating PSV 4-2. I know the Leverkusen result, right? That was a bit crazy, right? But I said it on the stream before going into this game week. Young boys, German teams away, young boys, that whole thing, I didn't go anywhere near any of the Leverkusen players I've got. Wirtz, I put him into a D4 situation because I just didn't really want to touch Leverkusen away. And I'm trying to think, Man United, I didn't know anything about that game, really, so I don't know any of the talking points. Roma 2-0, we've got a nice clean sheet for Lopez and Mancini. Very interesting to see how they scored. And an interesting thing I noticed in the Bruges match is that Yusuf Badji is like the first sub off the bench now for an attacker, which is a nice development in his kind of standing in the club. Obviously, that big part of that will be down to Diatta leaving. But I thought when they signed Dost, that was quite bad for Badji. But I didn't realise that Emmanuel Dennis had left. I didn't know. I don't know when that happened. So anyway, that was just the observation that suits my gallery quite nicely, and maybe yours too. These are the results we've got. I'm just going to hit refresh, right, so we can see exactly how we're kind of lying out. It's the last couple of minutes. I know there's a 15-minute cycle for scores to refresh, so we'll come back to this and check it again. But as it stands, it says we don't have a threshold when I'm pretty sure we do. Trubin and Mancini saving the day for us. Under did feature. We knew that would happen. I suspected and anticipated him to start. I can't believe I watched the game. I cannot believe Sorloth never made an appearance of any kind. Leipzig were really toothless, and you can see if you did watch that game, you probably didn't, because I think it was the same night as PSG Barca. But they really don't want to play Poulsen, from the start. So I'm hoping in the next game week Sorloth will start. I'm not going to be gambling on him this game week because he came a wee bit too dicey. Wirtz single-handedly could maybe have made this something had John David actually turned up. We had a DNP with Ferran Torres. Mark McKenzie did okay considering his team lost 3-1. And Van der Voort, Martin, no snowballs for you, Martin. Not a welcome return to the club, shooting 18.3 in a 3-1 loss. But we'll forgive him and forget and we'll move on, because as long as he stays number one, that score, any goalkeeper could get a 19. You're waiting for them just to be playing every game week and scoring the oranges and the low greens. That's what you can get. That's what you're hoping to guarantee from your goalkeeper is oranges. If you can get oranges all the time, that's a base. And then if they have good games, they do something exceptional. Yeah, those greens, those high greens, and they can really elevate your score. Weekly challenge, we did put the Aronson in somewhere. We also gambled on a Jetty, which paid off. He played about 60 or 70 minutes, didn't do much. Zielinski came off the bench at half-time, got us some points. Teze, 4-2 loss. Keylor Navas didn't get the clean sheet, but 44 points without a clean sheet is very encouraging. And I'm quite pleased by that, because what you forget as well, right, is not only, and it doesn't make much of a difference, right, but if you get the clean sheet, obviously you get the boost on decisive score, right, but there'll be a component of not saving the shot and that kind of thing that will have a little small negative impact on their base points. So if they don't concede the goal, they've also then not missed a shot or made a mistake or anything like that. So there can be maybe not quite just a decisive score at play there, but maybe there's another thing in there, a little thing that's took off 8 points or that kind of thing. So not much this game week. I don't think we're going home with anything, unfortunately. Nunes, 38. I think that pretty much sums up his match. He had one shot that he put a lot of power into, didn't trouble the goalkeeper at all. He absolutely fell over when he done it. I think I just showed you how desperate he was to get a shot away, because there was just nothing on for him. Renato Sanchez is down to 13 points. He must have made a mistake for the penalty or something like that, because I think he was about mid-40s last time I checked. You might have seen it on the beginning of the stream before I refreshed the page. I can't remember if we caught that. But in the comment section, guys, there seems to be a few of you knocking about. We've got all the usual suspects, of course. Mike Basson's in the house. Non-stick Llama. Martin O'Regan, good to see you here. Yeah, you're the one that just loving the tunes. Dom is in the house as well. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, Dom, I should be getting ether, but SoRare data doesn't seem to reflect that. Were the thresholds different for ETH this week? And I don't think they were. Maybe it's just sometimes these things happen. So our data is not perfect, but it's pretty amazing. Goalkeepers with DNPs for Llama Boy. Going to just change my name to Mr. 0.01. Oh, unlucky, mate. I'm like that. See with Global All-Star D4, right? I try. You guys watch me every game week. I try and set up a team that will get the 0.2, and on paper, they don't look like bad teams, and they don't look like big risks and big gambles in terms of the minutes and what contributions I'm hoping from them. But there always seems to be something, and it does make the 0.2 a bit more precious for me than what it really should be. It should be very much a formality. So I'm going to come to that in the streams. I'm building teams and whatever. I can't remember. I might have done a dummy run on the teams or not. If I have, I'm just going to wipe them anyway, because I really want to take a fresh approach on these teams with the lessons learned from the game week that has just passes by. 205. Oh, sugar. Oh, yeah, it's 205. See, Sorloth not even making a minute, man. You get a minute, you get like 20 points or something straight away, I think he's went down 2-0, but surely that gets a boost. 2-0 clean sheet for Mancini. He got booked. Oh, he got booked right at the end. Oh, where is it? You'll see this. Oh, you get booked right at the end. See if that's cost me ETH. I bet you. I know it has. I know you get booked. I don't know why I want to punish myself by by validating it. 96-minute, man. 96 minutes. Oh, you couldn't roughing. Like, I don't know if you can see it on the screen how good it is. I'll highlight it to try and make it easier to read. But that's what the foul was for roughing. So Gianluca just trying to maintain the clean sheet, I suppose. So Paul Lopez holders, you are welcome on behalf of Gianluca Mancini holders. That might even be the same people in quite a lot of cases. Was there something else I was going to look at? I think I was going to bail on this page because we're not. Oh my God, man, we need to get just over half a point from somewhere. Come on, Opta, help a man out here. Help a man out. Right, let's open up SoRare. Have I done any business? No, I don't think I have. I've got an offer out for a centre back at the moment, so we'll see how that goes. And I'm kind of, I'm at that stage now where I hit this lovely little. I was messing about with training. I think I have done teams, by the way. I was messing about with training and stuff. I think it was yesterday. And now that I've got the Van der Voort back, and also I've had some other recent additions like Stekelenburg and Svillar and Baraza. I think maybe somebody else. But I've hit that lovely equilibrium again where all my teams are training equals all my cards are training. Once I've got all my keepers and I can have everything else actually deployed. I've kind of got rid of, I've kind of done that haircut of the gallery and then consolidated into stronger, bigger cards and trying to kind of move. So I seen earlier today that my gallery count is back to 150, and that includes commons. It had a high. I think my highest amount of cards, it was either 173 or 167. It was one of those two numbers. I can't remember my exact height. You can probably check on SoRare data if you're so inclined. I don't think it really matters. But now it's down at 150 or 140 without the commons. I'm really happy with where it's at overall. So I'm really looking forward to doing the teams this game week. We'll have a quick scan over the fixtures. I was quite conscious last time. I want to talk about the fixtures with you. I want to give you my 2 cents on the fixtures. I want you guys to have an opportunity to, interact with the fixtures also. But one thing I get worried about, just be straight with you here, right? What I get worried about is I spend too much time on the fixtures in terms of screenage, over here it'll be, I guess. Screenage, it's just a bit dry. It's just like a fixture list, and it's just me talking and interacting. So, Sanchez, son of a gun. Yeah, Paul, you're dead right as well, pal. Wirtz, honestly, single-handedly, that game at halftime, what was it, 3-0 or something, and then it was Wirtz assist, and then just every time I refreshed it, his points were just bouncing up and up and up. The boy is a wonder, absolute boy wonder. It is young boys, right? But for him to strut stuff like that, points-wise, I didn't watch the game. On that note, guys, I was very disappointed and surprised at the lack of coverage available on BT for the Europa League games. I was expecting to have like a good pick of like 10 games or, a good amount anyway. But for both time periods, it was like 2 or 3 matches, like the Leverkusen match, okay, maybe. What was it? Lille and Ajax wasn't on the telly, which is mad. Lille, I wanted to watch that. As soon as Nunes gets subbed off, I was all right, I'll put on the Lille game. And then I went to the menu and it might have been there and I couldn't see it, but I'm pretty sure I've already checked a few times. And I wasn't there. Why? How can you not have Lille versus Ajax? 8 o'clock kickoff. That's a big game for a neutral. And was there any of the early kickoffs I thought they should have had? So they didn't. I think they had them all really. Yeah, I think they did. I think it was just that late one. I think they had. What else? I think there was something else they didn't have. It was Olympiacos PSV. That's what that was as well. I was thinking that's a kind of big game for a neutral, in terms of Europa League. That's a big match. Olympiacos PSV is a very big match. And it turned out to be very entertaining for those in Greece and Holland that got to watch it. I had to think about where those people were for. Go on, Quinny Boy. Cheers, Johnny Boy. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for joining us in the crowd. It's good when we've had football on. It always makes me a bit happier to come on stream. We've just had stuff on the go and we can have a good chat about whatever. Yeah, cool. Right. So the matches this game week right now, I've already had a quick scan over these, right? So I might have a few kind of deja vu kind of thoughts or whatever. I'm just going to go to the bottom, hit view all games because I do like to see them all. I don't know why. I think the Eredivisie as well, they do shorten it, and it's not really that essential because every club is licensed. Put the full list out. If somebody has a card there, there's no 2 ways about it. So as I glance over the fixtures again, Venlo and Alkmaar could be a goal fest, is what I'm thinking. 520 is a tough one. I think when I looked at the form for that, let's open up the Eredivisie. I think when I looked at the form for that, like 20 are in really bad form now. Memory serves me right. But Feyenoord, like we all think, see for me, I think I had this chat. Oh, I did. I used this comparison at some point with somebody. Can't remember who, why, or when, right? But see when I first came on to SoRare, right? You'd probably be the same, right? In terms of Portuguese clubs, right? We all know that Sporting Lisbon is a big club, right? But I think from an outsider's perspective, they're definitely seen as the third club of Portugal. And Feyenoord is that, but Dutch, really, isn't it? You know, we know that Feyenoord are a massive club, but for most people, my generation, I would certainly be happy to speak on behalf of. Feyenoord are number 3 behind PSV and Ajax. But, you know, there's arguments and there's opinions and there's history and there's different contexts and layers to that, of course, I understand. But my point being, Feyenoord and Sporting Lisbon, they are a wee bit sketchy in terms of fixtures. They're not a team you would put in a coupon, for example, and go, they are winning this game week. They can draw, they can lose, they can banana skin a team, you know. So the 21, I think I found something interesting about it. I'm just waiting for this to load. I'm not so sure why it's going so terribly slow. Even though I went to standings. Alkmaar third, yes. Alkmaar and Venlo, I think that could be a great game week for AZ holders. I really do. 20 and Feyenoord. Let's have a good glance at you. Because I think there's some good cards to be had on both sides of the fences, depending on who you've got in your gallery, who you're trying to hunt out, what your criteria is, etc. But 20, yeah, I've not been in good form. Neither, might even goals. Something's telling me I had a look at this and I saw something interesting. Yeah, okay. Home form, terrible. Cannot score at home. And is that what it was? They can't really score. So Heerenveen are quite an open team. Sparta Rotterdam, that's a derby, and they're quite an open team. Away from home on the head-to-head. Feyenoord have won the last 3. I think that is promising. Overall, what's the head-to-head like? Draw, Feyenoord. One of them's a friendly, no one else, which I'm not going to actually count. Let's give another little look to this. Feyenoord win. Yeah, so I think this is a good week for Feyenoord, and Feyenoord have got some amazing cards at the moment, as you're probably aware. Yeah, 3 points for Feyenoord. It really keeps them in amongst those top 3 positions, which is where they will see themselves as being their rightful position as a minimum, you know, because we're all in agreement. There's 3 really big clubs in Holland, and Feyenoord is one of them. But they're probably the third. So the cards to watch out for here, like Berghuis and Toonstra and all sorts. Goalkeeper, who's been playing the most, it looks like Nick Marsman. Marcos Sensei is a big card, I know that. There's Berghuis, Toonstra. Yeah, I think we're going to see some of these cards getting used a fair bit this game week. I think that might have been it. Heracles, I'm interested in Heracles because I've got a Ziwi. I think that'll be a good game for both clubs involved. Also, Heerenveen and Groningen will be a good game. Vitesse and PSV, is that where I've seen something interesting? Because I'm not too sure it was Feyenoord. There is some interesting things there, but there was something that was a light bulb for me. I was like, oh, that is a really good looking game, no matter who you're picking. Midfielders, defenders, this team or that team. If you don't use flash scores, it does give you some really good detail on like, team form, and if you click in, it does give you some really good details on players and whatnot. Yeah, so I was thinking PSV playing away in Europe, coming back home. Vitesse are hot in form. I'm pretty sure I don't think that form is too hot, to be honest with you, but they're flying high in the league. Why did I think? Yeah, their away form is tidy anyway. And let's see, standings. I'm pretty sure when I hit form they are. You know, they're up there. Form over 10. No, they're not in form. The PSV's in form. I should really make notes sometimes, you know. I think I'll definitely remember that. PSV at home in the last 5. Vitesse. I do have PSV cards, by the way, so maybe I was looking at this and thinking, even though, yeah, I think that's maybe a good game. I think it's maybe deceptively good for PSV. That's what I'm going to stick with. And then Ajax at home at Rotterdam, I would expect Ajax to steamroller them. Rotterdam are quite an open team. Ajax, good result tonight from the looks of it. They'll be going in high as a kite. and we want to stomp on with the league and make a charge for it. So I'd be happy about Ajax cards this week. Also, in Germany, what we're looking at, Bayern Munich away to Frankfurt, that could be tough. It could be 8-0. If you look at the head-to-head for both of those teams, it's crazy. Schalke and a derby wouldn't be going anywhere near them at the moment. But in saying that, some of the cards will probably score well, even if it is a bad game for them. Leverkusen at home at Augsburg. This is a game I probably would fancy Leverkusen to do well in. I watched Augsburg play Leipzig, and they were very one-dimensional. They made some changes second half, and they looked a little bit better. But I would definitely be backing Leverkusen to do some damage to Augsburg, especially because like the Leverkusen team tonight, right? This is good information to keep in your head, right? What's the best way to do this? Let's just hit this wee logo, take us back to the homepage, and we can see everything that's happened tonight. So with the team that played tonight, I know there were some surprises. Like Diaby didn't start. I think Schick started, didn't he? And obviously Wirtz started, and somebody else I thought was a little bit of a surprise. It was like Frimpong and Gray, yeah. So I think they've kept some guys fresher for the Augsburg match, because I think they kind of underestimated young boys. They thought, oh, we can put out our new signings of Europa League level talent, which they believe they are. Frimpong's very good, I'm a fan of. The same with Damari Gray, I'm very big fan of him. The goalkeeper, they went second choice on goalkeeper tonight. Amiri, Wirtz and Demerbait is a lovely trifecta, but you don't really have an out-and-out ball winner out of the three of them, you know. So that was a gamble. Schick is a number 10. Jesus, yeah, I think they were asking for probably not number 10, is probably just dropping in as a 9 as a target man, but link-up play or whatever, and then getting in for crosses off of Gray and Bailey, and swingers from the looks of it from the sides that they played, if that was the side they played on, and also the fullbacks bombing on. But guys on the bench, they kept like Diaby, Palacios just still returning back from form. Tapsoba, who's been a big player, started on the bench. Aranguiz and Alario didn't even come on. So interesting, to say the least. But I think they're definitely struggling in midfield. They need somebody like a Baumgartlinger back in the team, or even Aranguiz. Aranguiz plays that position, but he's not really a ball winner. But Palacios, I've not seen him play, so I can't really comment. Even when the benders, they can play in there quite easily. But I think Leverkusen point is, I think Leverkusen will go into that game at the weekend suitably capable of dispatching Augsburg, and I'd be confident with any of your Leverkusen players this week. I really would be. Jupiter Pro League is where you kind of scroll through that. I'm very excited about my Anderlecht cards this week. I already know that. Genk, I'm excited about the cards also, just because I just know they're going to play, and both of them are at home. They should do well. Antwerp are going to be, probably on a bit of a high because they've given Rangers such a good game. There's been a lot of goals in that match, and Antwerp are not typically a high-scoring team. Sint-Truiden can be quite open, so I'd probably expect a positive Antwerp result. And Bruges and Leuven are now, it is Leuven I'm thinking of, isn't it? Their form this season has been mental good, and they had a massive, they beat somebody, yes, they beat Genk 3-1 or something, yeah. So Ostend or Leuven. I always get those two muddled up. The badges are quite similar in terms of the name placement to the badge, and I always get muddled up in that sense, but I'm sure it's Ostend. Leuven. Leuven is Hendry's team. That's how I kind of remember it. Hendry plays for Leuven. Where are they? Leuven. Oh no, it was Ostend. Or does Hendry play for Ostend? Guys, I'm losing my marbles tonight. Absolutely losing it. I've got to be cutting my cheek. My younger one scratched the hell out of me, and I've just picked it for some stupid reason. Oh, no. What am I doing? Lineups. But it's Leuven I want to look at. Why am I looking at Ostend? I might as well just look at Genk since I'm here. But Van der Voort started. That was lovely. Cuesta, McKenzie, Munoz, and Uronen is the back four. Midfield three doesn't really do anything for me. And then front three, very good. Are they missing the midfielder? Because I think we're missing somebody. That can't be their normal first choice midfield, is it? They're all quite average on the face of it. I don't recognise. Forsveit, I recognise him. Heinen doesn't ring a bell. I probably recognise him if I've seen his face. And Toma, I don't know if he's got a different name on his card, but that's definitely a new one on me. Stefan, good to see you, my pal. Are we talking? Oh, goalkeeper chat. Ross is in the house. Hendo, good to see you. Even Mark Waters, good to see you, my pal. Sorry guys, I need to catch up with some of your comments here. So I'm taking a shot. Sorry guys, I'm bad for that. I'm so sorry. Henry plays for Oostend. Yeah, sorry Mike, I do that all the time. I get them both mixed up. Oostend and Leuven. So we want to look at Leuven. Just make sure I catch up with you guys. Well, you've got still do your lineup, Storm. You're still doing yours. I'm still doing mine too, pal. Stick Lama, good to see you, pal. Thanks a lot for joining us. Have a nice night. Where are we at? Leuven have had a good season also. You know, the reason I get them both mixed up is because they've both got these like really cheap but really efficient cards. You know, guys like I had in the past. Gel Patil, I think, plays for Leuven. I think the boy Darpino plays for Leuven. I think that's... I'm probably getting them mixed up. I do this all the time with the two of them, man. It drives me mad. My missus is cackling away. I think the kids are doing some funny stuff. So if you can hear her, apologies. But, hey, kids, they say the craziest things, don't they? Who's in this team? Oh, it's Thomas Henry. He's in this team. Thomas Henry, Andy King. Has Andy King got a card, by the way? I don't think I came across it. Is he even playing? He's made one appearance. No, I think it's Oostend, isn't it? Oostend is a good team, and Leuven just get this Henri guy. No, I don't recognise these names jump out at me. Asante, I recognise him a little bit, I suppose. Asante. Hubert, I recognise. Mercier, Kamal Soar, yeah, okay, I recognise some of these guys now, look a bit closer. So who has them again? Bruges. They're the last game of the game week for the Belgian league, having just played tonight. Is it tonight? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good game for Bruges also, isn't it, really? Championship, not much going on there for me to talk about. Lazio at home to Sampdoria is an attractive looking fixture. The Milan derby, of course. Now, there was a little with a suspicion we may have got AC Milan this week, with the special weekly being the Milan derby and there only being intercards. It's like, oh, will they maybe, like on Friday or Saturday or something, release AC Milan cards? Don't think they would at this late stage, because the game week deadline obviously is like tomorrow at 5. But it wouldn't be a complete surprise. But I think we would have had a hint by now that there's a big club coming, there's a new club coming, whatever. Napoli away to Atalanta after the result tonight, 2-0 loss away to Granada. I would not be putting much faith in Napoli. Roma away to Benevento is a very appealing fixture, and Juve at home at Crotone is a very appealing fixture, but Juve are 100% going to rotate the shit out of their team, because it is all about Champions League. They do not care. They do not care that they are where they are in the league. They only want the Champions League, and they will put all their eggs in the basket. They've won 9 titles in a row. I don't think that really gets talked about enough, you know. Lyon away to Brest. I said the same thing about Lyon last week. Should have been a pushover of a game. It wasn't. Can Brest be resolute for a second game week in the bounds? I really hope not. I think Lyon are in equally as good a form and can take advantage. Not Marseille. It's SoRare derby in France. I'm not too excited to get involved in that match. I do have a Marseille player or two, just the one. Etienne at home to Reims. Should be a good game for Etienne. Saint Etienne. And what else? We've got Lille away to Lorient. Bad result tonight. That is on the 21st. That's at the end of the game week. It must be the Sunday, isn't it? Yep. And Monaco PSG is a tough game. The PSG cards are always going to score well in a game like that, but it depends on what actually happens in the match, who gets booked, and that kind of thing. So I don't know if you really need to know what team PSG are going to play, and then you can probably back some cards quite easily. But Monaco will be a tough game. I don't know how clean a clean sheet is going to be, to be honest. Betis, if you've got in there, super rares are at home to Getafe. Relatively tough game most of the time, Getafe offer teams. Atleti at home to Levante. They played each other midweek already. Atleti won 3-1 or something. I'm hoping it at home is 3-0, you know, basically. So I'm happy to copy and paste on that one. Valencia at home to Celta Vigo should be good. Real Madrid derby, if you didn't know, we're Real Valladolid. And I expect Real Madrid should really blow them over. It's never normally much of a contest in that derby. And do we have anything else in Spain? I don't think we do. The Prem, who have we got? West Ham at home to Spurs. tough to say. How the Spurs will rotate. West Ham in good form, could be a good game for them, I suppose. My Gabriel might play my Ferran Torres. Liverpool at home at Everton. I think both are in. It's probably a really good time for Liverpool and Everton to have a derby. Just the way their seasons are going and whatever. I think one of them could really use a massive win like that to give them a wee boost and a wee springboard onto a run of wins. Obviously, Liverpool had a great result with Leipzig, but again, I watched that match, right? And I'll say this now. Liverpool did not cut Leipzig open once in that whole match. Every goal attempt was a gift because Leipzig were playing man for man, 3-for-3, which was their decision. And they'd done it, I think, pretty well. Liverpool really had like maybe 3 chances off the back of the system that they were playing. And, they scored a couple of goals as a result. But other than that, I don't think Liverpool did much in the game, So, but it's a very good win is my point. And then a win in the derby could really propel them to have a great second half to the season. Let me see. Sporting Lisbon at home to a pushover. I don't really give the Portuguese league as much digging as I will some other leagues because I just know a lot of these bottom end teams are just bottom end teams. Firenze, I'm pretty sure Benfica, not one. Yeah, these teams have all been beaten by Porto's and Lisbon's and all that in recent game weeks. And Maritim was probably the tougher one out. Porto will probably get the toughest fixture of the 3. Porto definitely the toughest fixture of the 3. In Argentina, we've got football on. It always surprises me, by the way, because I just think, I don't know, it just always surprises me. River Plate are at home to Rosario. That's a big match. I don't know if this is a derby or not. And we have another one, don't we? We've got 2 Argentinian teams, I'm sure. La Plata are away to Godoy. Mexico, Santos Laguna and Atlas. I don't see either of them at first glance. No, they're not playing. And Fenerbahce are at home to Gotsapesi Sports. Yeah. And then Celtic and Rangers are playing football. And in Brazil, we've got some games of football too. I love the Corinthians badge. It always grabs my eye. It's the same with the Flamengo one. I know Santos is like quite a big club. Oh, it's a very big club, of course. But for me, they're when I was growing up, Flamengo and Corinthians, Santos, I didn't really hear about Santos until like I was like playing Football Manager and I was like a teenager and stuff like that, But when I was like a lot younger, I was definitely more familiar with Flamengo and Corinthians a little bit quicker. My perception is that they are bigger. Not too sure if that's the case. I know Corinthians quite famously became awash with money and maybe through ill management have really went backwards as a consequence. Yeah, I've kind of loaded all my teams up. And I think I have perfected them, by the way. I think I'm getting a wee flashback. So what we'll do is we'll do a walkthrough and I'll maybe edit. I'll edit on the back of any new feelings or information that came late as of the game week we've just had finish on us, okay? Before I dive into it, I'll just I've not missed much. We spoke about Gary V on Monday's stream, I think. As I said at the time, I think if you haven't seen it, but it's really big. The Twitter sphere and everything went massive for it. I'd really, what was it? I don't want to like say something different to what I said already because I didn't really say much, but it's good for the platform and it's also a really credible guy. I seen a thing last night. It was on Twitter on CNBC and there's a little snippet of him and he didn't directly mention SoRare or anything like that, but he's talking about the space, NFTs and all that kind of stuff. So he's somebody that can bring, I feel like I'm talking for a charity or something, but if he can bring awareness to the cause, to the global fantasy football, the real answer to everything we've been kind of hunting for from a football related product, then brilliant, power to him. So I've actually doubled up on challenger entries this week, right? And I think I've been flipping and flopping between which challenger region I want to focus my slightly better cards on. So let's have a look at D3. I don't know if D3 I've went for, because the thing I've got, right, now I've put my better ones together. Yeah, so I've put my better cards together. That's what I've decided in the end. So I don't think I'm going to contradict myself because I made that decision after a lot of pros and cons weighing and deliberation and whatnot as well. But this is the team we're going for. Wellenreuter, by the way. Wellenreuter scored massively in the last game week. Let me tell you exactly what it was. 76. And do you know what he's just done? He's just got into my best 5. Wellenreuter is the best performing goalkeeper in one given match day that I've had. And it cost me 0.18. I think December. I think you can check it out. You can find out. I can't remember. Not that long ago anyway. So bargains are out there to be found if and when they become available, if you know where to look and you know what you're looking for. Denzel Dumfries had a shocker tonight, so I don't know if I want to actually drop him off the back of that. The 22 he had before that. Now, this is a little thing for you. You might actually grab over the next couple of days, at least anyway. You may be able to get a Denzel Dumfries, maybe a little bit cheaper, because those two 24s back to back, anyone who doesn't investigate that, the first 22, he only played like 10 minutes, and then tonight, I think he made like an error or something. It was a tough game away, Olympiacos, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But a little blip in form like that can take a little bit of an edge off of somebody's price at an auction. And if you can get somebody at auction cheaper, it gives you a bit more flexibility, a bit more power to maneuver if you ever want to move that card on again in the future. So little openings like that, when you see them, again, take them as my recommendation. Grimaldo, I thought, did quite well tonight. I'm really surprised to see that he's down for being a 27 tonight, because I watched the game, I thought he was okay. I didn't really see him making any mistakes or anything like that. He obviously has done something wrong. Josh Cullen, solid, and as long as he plays, I'm happy he's going to do 47 or 48 points. And Ismail Azawi, if he starts, his biggest score so far was in the last game week that he played against Ajax, and it was the game where he's had the most shots. I think he made the most, in terms of his little, see that patch of form that I've owned him for, all those 40 scores, that's how long I've had him. He's progressively got a little bit better. And I did say before the last time we used him that a game against Ajax is a game that a player like that will normally play a little bit better in, because they feel like the shop window territory and it's standing up and being counted for. I'm just as good as that team's players kind of idea, And we got that. We got a slightly bigger score out of him. He didn't have a goal contribution. That's where these scores, all 5 of them, all they need is a goal contribution, a goal or an assist. Over 3 out of 5 of them, and you're getting greens. These are the sort of things you should be trying to hunt out. This guy is a rare, is dirt cheap. And as a super rare, I got him really cheap as well. So yeah, these are the kind of things you should be looking for. And I don't mind this is a D3. I won the Grimaldo. Cullen I got for nothing in a trade. Well, and Router's a bargain. Denzel's my boy. And yeah, I think I can just put that together as a little D3 and just wait for that to maybe just produce a couple of cards that I might flip on. The Challenger region, guys, if you haven't really been around here too long, the Challenger region, in terms of the secondary market for cards, is very liquid. There's a lot of great players in there. There's a lot of great players getting bought cheap, sold high. There's a lot of players that should be priced higher that are priced lower for varying reasons. They get dished out as a reward, perhaps. Somebody's just happy to sell, or people have bought for the wrong reasons, FOMO, whatever it is. So my Challenger D4, I think, is going to be crud. So I think that's I say crud, right? The Stekelenburg. Now, I don't know where to sit with Stekelenburg. 32 scored tonight. I was kind of waiting to see his score from tonight. So he's conceded a goal and he's got 32. The clean sheet, he gets 64. So I'm going to keep him in this division for one more game week to kind of size him up to see, in domestic situations with Ajax, how good is he going to be for me? I got him really cheap. So gives me a lot of power, gives me a lot of flexibility. I can just write him off. I paid like 11 quid for him. I can just keep him now till he retires if I wanted. I've paid 11 quid. And in the meantime, I could have a top end goalkeeper, for 11 quid. Or I can get a bit of use out of him, maybe sell him to the market, maybe use him to trade, because again, if I was to sell him, he's 37. He's not going to go for half a coin or anything daft like that. He'll go for a reasonable rate. Somebody maybe want to trade or whatever. So still evaluating that card. And again, any situation, guys, when you're getting cards hot in form or coming back from injury, change of situation, whatever, try and give yourself as much time to evaluate as you possibly can, is always my advice. And Bemba did okay against Juventus from the looks of it, 41. The DNP did worry me last game week, so I didn't play him in the 38 yet. So I hope he plays against Maritimo, because I think Maritimo's a tougher match. Miazga should be very sort of strong. I'm expecting a 50 odd out of him. I'm hoping for 64 from Stekelenburg, that kind of level. Around the 50s from Miazga, around the 50s from Mbemba. And then if Cadden can appear and get like 30 odd, cool. And if Ajeti, he's played a couple of games since his last goal contribution, if he can get one, then maybe this little D4 team could do something for us as well. That would be interesting. So yeah, Challenger, I've got 2 divisions, which is cool. The other one I've got is Champion Europe. Now, what did I put in here? So Champion Europe, just went D4, went with the Roma boys, I went with Gromarish, I've went with Captain Snoddy, because he's like Sonny's last 2 games he's hit over 50, and one of them is against Man United, and I'm pretty sure they lost. Or what was this? I can't remember, but he scored 56. Sonny's in good form. I expect him to feature, and if he features, he's definitely good. 60 points in him. He's that kind of card. Mancini, as long as he plays, I don't see how he gets under 50. Same with Per Lopez. If he gets a clean sheet, Jesus, Per Lopez could be OP on clean sheets with Roma. Guimaraes is a gamble in terms of let's bin Snoddy for a second so that we can swap him with Guimaraes. So we definitely want Snoddy, and I'm not having that any two ways about it. What other options do we have? Right, so Guimaraes I really like, and I'm a massive fan of. And I really like the price of, I'll tell you this, right? I really like the price of his SR now. But there is a lot of question marks over the midfield 3 in Leon in terms of who plays and when and rotation and whatever. Thiago Mendes has been in the now recently. Aouar's in recently. And Paqueta, of course, is definitely playing, I think, with the money they spent on him. But Guimaraes, every time he's played, in my eyes, he's always scored really well. And it's all-star def. You can maybe see some of the players we've dished about elsewhere. So Weston McKennie, I just don't know if he's going to play against Cutrone, because again, I can see heavy rotation from Juve with the second leg in mind. Zielinski, I've went for. I reckon he'll play. I think that's part of the thinking behind that when I made that decision. Sorloth is just going into training. I'm not touching him this game week. So yeah, Where started Europa League? Does he play against Lorient? I think he might, by the way. Where may be worth a shout. Gabriel plays in. You just don't know. Like, scored a 33 tonight, which I think is quite bad. I seen him get lots of passes tonight, and also didn't really contribute much to the match. I'd actually, 56. I would actually very happily put Chris Richards into this team. No problemo. That will do me. Double up in defence, put Snoddy in midfield, and put Sané up top. That is it. Just hit the balls for Sané. That is it. That is absolutely it. Oh, sorry, I've got a question. Oh no, that's Gary V him again. Dom, what's the channel group? You probably do, mate. You probably do. I love him, but I think he's great. He's one of the first guys that seemed like come on this platform. I thought, oh, I'm buying him because I'm going to go Mancini because I think he's got the biggest score potential. I think he's at the minutes. Mancini's the man to pick. He's captain of this team. When I first came on from Football Manager, Guimaraes, Gabriel Magalhaes, Jordan Larson, there was a little clutch of guys that I just thought, I'm going to make my knowledge pay off and go and get them. And Guimaraes won me stuff early on. But he's just been in and out the team, and it's sore because I love the card. The prices it goes for, I just couldn't sell him for, to be honest with you. So then it makes me really keen to use him. But I don't want to take gambles. The Milan Derby, top prize you're going to get for the top 3 ranked managers and Inter Milan man of the match card. The man of the match cards do look really good. I've yet to see, the last ones. Who won them? Where are the cards? What did they look like? I've not seen any of them. I'm not going to look for them either. Maybe we should do that at some point in the stream. But I've not got a lineup. I hope you've got one. I hope you do really well, of course. And then for our main divisions, how will we do this? Right, I know under 23s is my biggie. So let's go. Let's do that little kind of. We're going to go. Doof, doof, doof. Let's do that, right? So we'll start off global under 23s. So we've went with Lafont in goals, Mark McKenzie, Captain Wirtz after tonight. He's definitely earned the armband, I think, for a 91 score all day long. Joe David didn't do anything as Ajax tonight. He subbed off quite early, which makes me think he's going to start the next game and then get saved for Europa League again. And Diatta, I would expect him to play against PSG, and with PSG, like I said when we were going through the fixtures, right, it's not going to be an easy game for PSG. I think no matter what the result, you'll get some really good scoring cards out of PSG. But with the big result against Barca, and they know they need to seal the deal. They know they need to go to the second leg, and they need to seal the deal. That's PSG's problem over these 2-legged affairs. So I can see the type, I think Draxler played the last league match. I can see that kind of thing happening. They've got a lot of midfield options when fit and available. They do have a lot of combinations of defence they can play, and they do have some choices up front, given the circumstances that they have. They still get Keane knocking about. They've still got Icardi and Mbappe and Draxler and these types of guys. So, but I fancy Monaco to do something positive. I think Diatta will start because of his energy and his potential end product at that level. So I'm really happy with that. It's an under 23 lineup. 3 of them are rewards as well. The Mark McKenzie, the Wirtz, and the Joe David. The spine of this team are all rewards. Crepin Diatta was one of my first big purchases, and Lafont again was a very early big purchase. A lot of these cards have done a lot of miles for me. And as I say that, have you seen the new feature? Oh my god. Where you can click into the card and it shows you like everything it's won. I absolutely love it. So I think I might do that with this squad once it goes into SoRare data. Like when the game week opens, I might click into it and we can maybe review that. We'll have a look at it. Oh, we can maybe do that with this game week. You'll see what happens, but I think you know what I'm saying. So I'm kind of mumbling through it. Do you ever bother with footstock nowadays, Quinnies? So you'll probably remember, like, one of the last videos I did on footstock was the roulette one, like how to win at roulette, and it was my big spreadsheet, and it's like, you know, I've pulled like $1,000 out of this roulette system. It costs a lot of money, and, you know, you probably remember the video. Did really well. At the end of that video, I'm not bleeding, by the way. I keep picking this behind my son's scratch my face. And in that video somewhere, like, I think it's towards the end, you can see like the penny drop on me. I'm pretty sure it was that video, but I was like, this is going to like kill circulation, you know, because you can just churn out like 5 Rashfords like that. And then I slowly kind of moved away from it. So I was just like, yeah, this isn't really what I want, you know. I want something. And then, yeah, honestly, it's so weird how the universe is, right? I love you, Footstock. I absolutely love those guys. They were so good to me, so helpful. Never have a bad word to say about them. But premium FPL really isn't like, I've never been good at like fantasy, you know, proper fantasy football where it's like commit your team for the full season and transfer windows and all that caper. I always lose interest after about a month or so. So something similar that is, you know, you need to pay to get on the table as well as buy the cards. I just kind of moved away from it. So I'm not on it anymore. I still have my 100k free roll and I still have like 52 Dan Jameses, and I'm not gonna lie, that's what really negged me out. It really negged me out. He just fell off a cliff. I thought the way the market was going, the way pricing was and whatever, it was reasonable for me to assume. The last thing I'll kind of say on this, and I'll move on because I'm bad for tangents. I thought Dan James, Bernardo Silva were massively underpriced, and I went big on both of them. I went football index level big on them. I was buying like 50s of them, and I think I had like 25 Bernardo Silvas, and I'd started buying them at £13. I was chasing them down until it's £6, £5. And then I had to give up, obviously. And then the Dan James, I think it was like £3, chased him down to £1.20. I think now he's like 60p or something. So moves like that just really negged me out. It just really killed my motivation for it, to be honest with you. All-Star D3, let's have a look. This is where we've got some big guns landing. So we're going with the I think this is my best team, really, this game week. My true best team. Oblak at home to Levante. He scored a 47 without keeping a clean sheet. I repeated that, it's fine. If he keeps a clean sheet, beautiful. Hakimi had a shocker. Him against Theo Fernandez is going to be a very interesting battle. And I've seen Theo Hernandez kind of up close, and you know, AC Milan play Celtic this season. Watched him very closely. And I'm sure if you watch Italian football, you watch him closely also. But you know, it's like when it's your own team involved, you know, just you feel like you've seen it a bit better, I guess. So I actually fancy Hakimi to do Theo Fernandez. We'll see how the game actually pans out. If that even becomes a run battle, if it becomes a key feature of the match or not, will be interesting. Renato Sanchez scoring 11 tonight. I'm not going to lie, guys, it really negs me out. But I know that's not down, especially from Dom clearing that up for me. Gave away the penalty tonight. Maybe probably get booked as well and absolutely killed his score. Again, could potentially buy Renato Sanchez if you were wanting to buy one anyway. Because scores like that at auction situations especially will harm, will reduce your competition, you know, reduce the Sanguer is a monster, and Depay is my best striker. I think Depay and Oblak, when I bought both of them, I'm like, these guys are for a higher purpose. These are big cards, and they're pretty much always going to my D3. I don't even think about it. And then I just kind of shuffle around these R cards in the middle, really. So that's how we're rolling with D3. I'm very confident. I just need the super rares to do some super scores, and I think we're cooking with gas. All-Star D4 now. This is where I might make some proper edits and adjustments because, like we were talking about with my game week last week, I've been let down big time by the Sorloth, and under coming off the bench versus a start is definitely hurt. There's no two questions about it. I have went with a strong team as I look at it now. Remembering that I'd picked Zielinski, I did opt for people that will get minutes, definitely. Ika Ugbo, 100% will play. Don't know if he'll actually score or not. He's not really scored much since I bought him. He was in really good form before his card came out. I got the 1 of 100. I was made, and then he's just not been that great since. So I'm hoping he's due a goal. I say this every game week, Ross, as well. Zielinski, I think, is Mr. Reliable in midfield. Kamada, you know, I expect him to start. Even if he doesn't start, if he comes off for the end, I like Kamada a lot. I'm a big fan of the card. Honestly, every time I look at it, I do kind of second guess it because Frankfurt aren't that great a team. But Kamada he's done me so well so often. I really can't speak highly enough of him. There's not that many cards. They don't go cheap because of that reason more than his performance. So it is a tough card to get in on for those reasons. But if you do, then it's a good under 23 option this season. Robbo, we need a big score out of Robbo since we've got him. And Navas, I think, is definitely going to play against Monaco. So I'm hoping I'm going to get them all on the pitch. And if I get them all on the pitch, I'm confident they can average 50 between the 5 of them. And we'll get the minimum ETH. And then again, if Liverpool have a great game, Robbo's got 2 assists, Navas gets a clean sheet, Kamada gets an assist, and Bayern wins 6-0 or 6-1. Zielinski plays 90, Ugbo plays 90. I think we'll do quite well, probably bag some cards with that team. And yeah, I'm quite happy with that. It's probably the strongest I've went for a global D4 in a little while, and I'm quite actually happy with that. What I'm going to do before I show you the under 23s, you can probably tell who the 2 guys up top are, by the way, if you've been on a stream in the last week or so, definitely. So I'm going to just have it's All-Star D4, so we can really look anywhere for a player. So I'm really looking for training, anyone I've not utilised yet, that I maybe want to change my mind on, because I don't think Napoli are that appealing away to Atalanta in this game week. I don't want to be interested in Napoli in this game week. I really don't. Wirtz is in, yeah, he's in a good team. I want to keep Wirtz there, I think. I'm looking for good, solid, definitely. Yeah, Wes McKennie, rotation fodder this week. SoRare's used. Oh, you know where SoRare is now. If you've seen it. Snoddy, we've still got a Snoddy, don't we? Yeah, he's still being used. Yeah, I think Zielinski might. So, we have released a Guimarães, right? Do you know what? I think I would take the gamble on Guimarães over Zielinski. I think I would do that. That's actually worked out well. So we dropped. Who did we drop Guimarães for? Not that it's important because we've done it and I'm not going to undo that. But yeah, no, I like that better now. And we've captained Ugbo because, again, he's due a goal. And I think Captain Robbo could be beautiful, but if he did run the game. I'm going to stick with Ugbo. Watch this. Biting in the bum. Captain Robbo. Should be Captain Robbo, shouldn't it? I'm going to go Captain. No. Don't change it. That's when it goes bad, when you change it. Right, under 23s, who we got? We have got 1 of 100, 18-19 season. Martin, there's no snowballs for you. Van der Voort. Jordan Tezzi at the back. The reward that keeps on giving. Really good scores. Even tonight, for a team that lost 4-2, he still got over 40 points. Considering Dumfries got around 20 or so. It tells me how important he is to the team. And I really like that. We've got with Captain SoRare. He's definitely going to play at home at Celta Vigo. I think it's a kind of match. Somebody like SoRare could do very well and could prosper. Set pieces, penalties, passing, possession, whatever. Nemeka and Muniz, I expect. Well, Nemeka's 100% starting. He's not really he's not a goal in the last 3 appearances, so he's definitely going to want one. And Darwin Núñez is definitely, after the result he had tonight, how early he got brought off, I'm hoping he plays the first half, the first 60 minutes against this team, bags a couple of goals, or a goal and assist, whatever, they chill out and they rest him for the away game. That is my plan. And that is probably their plan. I hope it is anyway. And I think this could be really dangerous. Again, at under 23 level, this game week. PSV at home at Vitesse. Yeah, I'm happy with PSV at home. And I think that, yeah, that's for the PSV. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about on the fixtures. So I think we've got some really strong teams out. We've actually got 2, 4, 6. We've got 7 lineups out. And like I was saying at the beginning, I've got to that nice little equilibrium stage, goalkeeper-wise. Can I put... No, I've not get... See, the only thing that's stopping me putting anything in here is I've only got one Inter Milan card, and it's Hakimi. And I'm not buying an Inter Milan card to go into this for a top 3 place potential, because I'm not getting anything I would put around that, to make that work. We took somebody out of training. Who was it? Can he get pulled at half time? Did he? How did I not notice that? Half time? Are you sure? Have I got anyone else that can go into training? So I've got that nice little Zealandski. Got my Sam Nicholson's right. I'm never going to have enough goalkeepers to get my Sam Nicholson's in. Gedin Zellalem, George Johnson, Shinsuke Nakamura, I'm not putting into training. Tommy Roberts, I'm in no rush to train. Tommy McNamara and Laird, yeah, it's going to be Zelensky, isn't it? But wait. And then Ferran Torres, I was so positive he was going to start against Everton, and again doesn't feature. So what's going to happen now? I can promise you, he's going to start against Arsenal for some random reason and score and be amazing, and I won't have played him, and I'll be raging. It's bound to happen. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm just going to get this comment off the screen. I've just seen it runs right across my little bubble that's sitting in the corner here. So yeah, guys, that's the lineups we're running with tonight. I'm actually really looking forward to a good night's sleep, because I've not seen any auctions that I think, oh, I'll get up for that one. I got up for an auction last night. I've actually got up for quite a few auctions recently, and I was looking at the auctions tonight. Must have been earlier today at some point. I was like, good, I don't need to set any alarms. There's nothing here I'm that interested in. So if there's anything you're interested in late night, you're definitely not going to see my little icon pop up right at the very end. I can promise you that. But yeah, it's nothing I'm interested in. Marco Canto's cool. He'll probably go quite high, but Marco Verratti, Marco Van Ginkel, 27. Jesus, man, it feels like he should be like 37. Lorente, hot in form. Sensei, oh yeah, he's a big hitter. I didn't know he was only 23. Is he under 23? Oh, he is. Oh, that's why he's a big hitter. Of course it is, Quinny. How could you be so foolish? Yeah, so I don't think there's anything, especially like this is 2 hours from this is like 1 in the morning. I'm going to go soon, guys, because I did start a bit earlier. Thank you very much, Dom. Voivojda, is he? I watch out for the secondary market for rare ones coming on, because I think if they come on super cheap, why not? Can I buy? Higuchi is coming out tonight and about 1:30 or something like that. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I wanted to wake up for. Imagine, guys, I hope you've done really well. I'm going to do one last refresh on the SoRare data scores that we've got for the game week we've just completed. Hopefully, it will... See if we've missed out on the ETH by like half a point. I will be a wee bit upset. I think we have. I think I have. I've just missed out half a point on the ETH. And just because bloody Soloff couldn't even get his fucking arse off the bench, man. Gutter. Absolutely gutter. Who was captain in this team? McKennie. Did I be out captain? Yeah, Mancini. We've picked Mancini in this game week, haven't we? And Wirtz almost pulled us into the prizes single-handedly. Joe David has let us down there big time. Ferran Torres was on me and Van de Voort. So again, this is the 23 D14. Again, it's that same bones that we've picked this game week. I've just realised that. But we've changed the goalkeeper. We've got McKenzie, Wirtz, and David, 3 rewards. They're sitting right in the base, and we've got who do we have this game week? Lafont, and I can't remember now. But yeah, so I like seeing little consistencies in myself for those kind of things. 222nd, that's never going to get you anything. I don't think we're really close to anything in the end, guys. We only had 4 lineups out, but I was very optimistic when I put this team together. I thought we were going to run away with it. I really did. But hey, fantasy football. Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed yourself tonight, guys. Thanks very much. Oh, 2 seconds. Have you seen the? No, Paul, I can't say that I have seen that, Paul. I'm really sorry. If you want to read Paul's comment, you can pause the video. Just go to the other. But yeah, guys, listen, I cannot wait to see everyone else's rewards tomorrow. Won't be any of mine this game week. Remember when I was winning all the time and you were like, oh, you win all the time and oh, I wish I could have your rewards. I told you it won't last forever, guys. Footballers go into form I only have a certain amount of footballers, so depending on that certain amount of footballers' form dictates my form, you know. So that's pretty much the size of it. Watch out, guys. There's a lot of great content coming out. We've got the super rare stuff should be coming out maybe in about 10 days from now. We've still got Eredivisie content dropping. We've still got J-League content dropping. That's ramping up towards the launch of the J-League, or the launch of the new season, which I think is like the 27th of February or something like that. So watch out for that. I've also got, we'll be doing live stream again on Monday, of course. I'm sure there was something else. I've got more content planned. I will keep you appraised of the when, the where, the how, and what we're talking about. Like always, guys, thanks a lot for joining me. I had good fun tonight, even though I didn't really have that much to get excited about for my own sake. Hopefully, you guys have done well. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for Trophy Day. Let me see your rewards. Like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble. And I will catch you on the next one.